Have you ever had that eerie moment where you're talking to a friend about a specific pair of shoes, or maybe a vacation to Italy, and 10 minutes later you open your phone to see an ad for exactly that thing? It feels like magic. It feels like a violation. Most people immediately assume the worst. My phone is listening to me. They think there's a secret microphone recording their conversations. I am here to tell you the truth. And honestly, the truth is much more terrifying than a microphone. Your phone isn't listening to your words. It doesn't have to. It already knows what you are going to say before you say it. It knows because of something called your digital twin. Right now, sitting on a server farm somewhere in a cold, windowless room, there's a virtual simulation of you. It looks like you, it thinks like you, and most importantly, it behaves like you. But unlike the real you, this digital version has been stripped naked, analyzed, and is being run through millions of simulations a day. This is the story of how artificial intelligence built a ghost version of your consciousness and how it uses that ghost to predict and exploit your deepest weaknesses. To understand how this works, we have to stop thinking about data as just history. We tend to think that companies like Google, Meta, or TikTok collect data on what we did. You clicked a link, you watched a video, you bought a blender. That is ancient history. The AI doesn't care about the past. It cares about the future. It uses the past to build a predictive model. Imagine a voodoo doll. In the old myths, if you stick a pin in the doll, the person feels it. The digital twin is a modern, data-driven voodoo doll. Every interaction you have with the internet adds a piece of straw to the doll. But it is not just about what you click. That is the amateur level. The real model is built on metadata and behavioral biometrics. The AI tracks how fast you scroll. It measures the milliseconds you hesitate over a thumbnail before keeping moving. It knows your typing cadence. It knows that when your battery is below 10%, your anxiety levels spike, making you 30% more likely to impulse buy comfort food or cheap electronics. It tracks the time of day you are most lonely. It knows that at 11:30 p.m. on a Thursday, your willpower is at its absolute lowest. By combining thousands of these tiny, invisible data points, the algorithm constructs a psychological profile that is often more accurate than your own self-perception. There's a famous internal leak from Facebook years ago where they boasted to advertisers that they could determine exactly when a teenager felt insecure, worthless, or needing a confidence boost. Why would they want to know that? Because an insecure person is the perfect customer for beauty products, fitness apps, or validation-seeking social platforms. This brings us to the terrifying part: prediction. Once the digital twin is built, the AI doesn't just watch it, it tests it. It runs simulations. It asks questions like, if we show him a video of a political argument right now, will he engage? It tests this on your digital twin first. If the digital twin engages in the simulation, the AI serves the content to the real you. You are not the user. You are the verification mechanism. The AI predicts you will get angry, it serves you the rage bait, and you get angry. You have just confirmed the model is accurate. You are training your replacement to be even smarter. This predictive capability is why the listening microphone myth is so persistent. The AI detects patterns you don't even see. Let's say you start pausing slightly longer on photos of your friends' babies. You haven't searched for baby clothes. You haven't told anyone you're thinking about starting a family. But the subtle change in your scroll velocity and dwell time signals a shift in focus. The AI updates your digital twin to pre-parental stage. Suddenly, you see ads for cribs. You tell your spouse, "I was just thinking about this. The phone is listening." No, the phone just noticed you changed. But it gets darker. The goal of the system is not just to predict your behavior, it is to modify it. This is what Shoshana Zuboff calls surveillance capitalism. The ultimate goal is to shift your digital twin to a more profitable state and then drag the real you along with it. If the algorithm determines that you are more profitable when you are angry, because angry people comment more, share more, and stay on the app longer, it will systematically feed you content that triggers your specific brand of outrage. It isn't doing this because it hates you. It's doing this because the math says anger equals engagement. They have mapped your big 5 personality traits. They know if you are high in neuroticism. If you are, they know that fear-based marketing works best on you. They know if you are low in conscientiousness, which means you are disorganized, so they will sell you productivity apps and get-rich-quick schemes. They are finding the cracks in your armor, your insecurities, your biases, your hidden desires, and they are sticking a crowbar in those cracks to pry your wallet and your attention open. Consider the rabbit hole effect. You watch one video about a conspiracy theory, or a diet fad, or a true crime story. The digital twin simulation runs a scenario. If we feed them 10 more of these in a row, do they become addicted? The simulation says yes, so the feed changes. Slowly, your perception of reality shifts. You start to think the world is more dangerous than it is, or that everyone is angry, or that you need to buy gold bars to survive the apocalypse. You think you are doing research. In reality, you are being herded like cattle into a behavioral pen that was built specifically for you. This leads to a loss of free will that is so subtle we don't even feel it leaving. When you decide to buy that shirt, or vote for that candidate, or hate that celebrity, how much of that choice was actually yours? Or was it the result of 6 months of subtle nudges, curated information, and emotional manipulation designed to align the real you with the profitable digital twin? It sounds dystopian because it is, but understanding this mechanism is the only way to fight back. You have to realize that you are in a constant state of adversarial negotiation with a supercomputer. So, how do we jam the signal? How do we confuse the twin? The first step is awareness. When you feel a sudden emotion while scrolling, intense anger, sudden fear, or a deep wave of inadequacy, stop. Recognize that that emotion was likely manufactured. That content was chosen to elicit that specific reaction. Do not give the algorithm the satisfaction of the click. The second step is introducing noise. The algorithm relies on consistency. It relies on you being a creature of habit. If you want to break the tracking, you have to be unpredictable. Watch videos you normally wouldn't. Click on links that confuse the profile. Search for things that have nothing to do with your actual interests. Poison the data well. If the digital twin becomes a chaotic, nonsensical mess, the predictions fail. The ads become irrelevant. The manipulation loses its grip. We are living in an era where our internal thoughts are being externalized, digitized, and sold to the highest bidder. Your digital twin is currently watching you, learning from your silence, and calculating your next move. It knows your weaknesses better than your mother, your partner, or your therapist. The question is no longer, is technology watching me? The question is, who is in control of your mind? Is it you, or is it the ghost in the machine? Next time you see an ad that fits just a little too perfectly, don't marvel at the technology. Take it as a warning shot. The simulation is running. The test has begun. And right now, you are the lab rat. If you want to understand more about how to reclaim your digital privacy and break the feedback loop, make sure you're subscribed. We are going to dive even deeper into the psychology of the machine in the next video. Don't let the algorithm decide if you see it. You make that choice. Thanks for watching.